the previous lesson, we described the process of horizontal integration, the combination of two companies operating in the same industry and performing the same activity. It's what happens when a retailer acquires a retailer, a wholesaler buys another wholesaler, or when a producer merges with another producer. In this lesson, we'll focus on a different type of integration called vertical integration. This is when a company expands the activities it performs across the supply chain, understanding new aspects of the business. Think of the domestic appliances industry. The suppliers in this industry provide raw materials, like iron and aluminum, and components such as relays, electronic displays, and so on, to the companies in the industry. Very rarely, the companies produce these on their own. The actual companies that produce domestic appliances, such as Haier and Whirlpool, invest in R&D and have the know-how that allows them to create these products and justifies investing heavily in production plants. Once the products have been produced, typically a wholesaler or a mass-market retailer takes them over. To do that, logistics firms must be hired for the physical delivery of the products. A wholesaler would then send the goods to a retail reseller. These are the smaller shops or chains selling domestic appliances. There, customers can buy the goods and take them home. Usually, they have a warranty and can return the products they just bought if a problem occurs within 1 or 2 years after the purchase. Frequently, producers do not carry out repairs themselves, but instead hire a specialized local service operator that can take care of on-site repairs at a lower cost. This is a good example that shows us several roles exist within an industry. We can have firms that are suppliers, producers, wholesalers, retailers, and firms offering customer support services. Great. So whenever a company decides it wants to carry out more than one of these activities, we can talk about vertical integration. Vertical integration allows the firm to play a larger role in terms of value delivered to final customers. Why would a company want to do that? Well, several advantages come with vertical integration. Let's use Apple as an example again. First, if Apple produces its own semiconductor chips, or at least oversees the process, then it can be certain the quality of these chips will match the intended quality of the entire product. Often, technology companies integrate vertically by producing the components required for their products. Another link in the vertical chain Apple owns is a chain of Apple stores. By doing this, the company ensures the premium image of its products will be accompanied by a premium environment with competent personnel specifically trained to sell these products and explain their benefits to customers. So, as you can see, vertical integration gives you more control and makes you less dependent on suppliers and resellers. It also improves the company's bargaining power regarding resellers and suppliers if it continues to work with them. So, Apple has a stronger bargaining power when negotiating with its premium resellers because it sells its own products in Apple stores. If the company reaches no agreement with resellers, it can always open a new Apple store and sell its products there. That's a credible threat when negotiating, and resellers understand that. To be honest, vertical integration isn't the most popular strategy nowadays. It takes a great company to apply it. Firms like Apple and Tesla have succeeded with vertical integration, but the number of companies applying this strategy unsuccessfully is greater than the ones who succeeded it. Some drawbacks of vertical integration are increased organizational complexity, investment of valuable resources in non-core competences and activities, and a more rigid cost structure. Entrepreneurs are oriented towards a leaner structure that allows them to be flexible in the long term. This doesn't mean vertical integration isn't an effective strategy. It means it is difficult to apply and should only be implemented when required. For instance, when industry forces put too much pressure on a company and it wants to improve its bargaining power.